YouTubers, what's good? What's going on? This is Steve here on the Wrestling Lovers, and every Thursday I'm going to be covering Impact Wrestling. Now let's get started, shall we, this week? Well, Gail Kim and Kista came out to the ring, demanded that Tara come out, and they had a minor argument, which got broken up when Sting came out, losing control of the show now. And then it wound up being Sting telling Gail Kim she has no control over the show anymore. She's not in charge, she controls nothing. And then Sting told Gail Kim that she had to defend her Knockouts title against Mickie James later on in the show. And then after that, went to commercial. That whole segment was done. And then we had Scott Steiner and Abyss face off against AJ Styles and Kazarian, which is the semifinals for the tag team wildcard tournament, which was a random tag team tournament they threw random superstars together for. And then Kazarian picked up the win over Steiner because Abyss tagged in Scott Steiner and then hit him with a black hole slam and then placed Kazarian on top and left the ring. After that, and then the ref counter and Kazarian and AJ Styles are moving on in the tournament, which was a good match actually. I enjoyed watching this match. It was a great opener for the show and it worked pretty well. Now I'm going to move on to what happened after the commercial break. Bully Ray came in the ring and started arguing with Abyss, called him a bully, saying he was no good and whatnot. He said him and Immortal gave Abyss everything, gave him girls, money, brought him places. And then Abyss wound up challenging Bully Ray to a match at Genesis. And then Bully Ray accepted it. Then Abyss told him it was going to be a Monsters Ball match at Genesis, which is going to be very interesting to see, because Bully Ray did not like that too much. It's like, no. And that was a good segment between them two. It was very entertaining. And then after that, we came backstage and saw Sting talking with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was when the newest opponents was going to be, and then Sting wound up booking it to be him and RVD, and Kurt Angle did not like that too much. Rob Van Dam injured Kurt Angle a while back and split him open 10 years ago, and they still reference that and said that was going to be interesting. And then after that, we saw Zema Ion and Anthony Ness collide in the final match of the best of 3 series, where the winner will face Austin Aries at Genesis for the X Division title. And Zema Ion won. That match was such a good match, back and forth action. What happened was he got the contract on Tyler Pullman, but the amazing thing is Austin Aries didn't interfere in that match as he was out there doing commentary. And he was alright, he was good. He was pretty good. Better than what Mike Tenay and Taz do together. If I'm going to be doing these on a regular basis, I'm going to mute them when it's wrestling in the ring. I'm just going to mute the commentary and only turn it on when wrestlers talk. And then after that, we saw a promo involving Ric Flair hyping up Gunner as the next big thing for Fortune. We saw Douglas Williams face off against Gunner in a match which ended in disqualification because Douglas Williams got thrown out the ring and Ric Flair attacked him. And then you saw Gunner lay out Douglas Williams outside on the concrete floor with his finisher, dropped him on the concrete floor. That drew a bit of heat. And I'm honestly tired of seeing Ric Flair on TV, but I can tolerate him as a manager if that's what he's going to do instead of like before when you'd see him every other segment on the show. It was sickening. But they hyped up Bobby Roode coming out to do a promo, which she did too. And then he came out to the ring and he invited his friend into the ring, Tracy. I can't remember the guy's last name. But then Tracy was telling him how much he's changed and becoming selfish and how he wasn't who he used to be. And then after that, they had Roode try to attack him, as Roode said it was all about him now, and he could care less about his parents and everything. Don't ever mention his kids again, about his sister, and then attacked his friend, which I called was going to happen because that's usually what happens. They bring in the friend gets attacked, but Jeff Hardy made the save. They're going to be facing off at Genesis just to help build the feud, which was a good idea, just to help build up the feud and hype up the pay-per-view at the same time. And we came back to the show, and it wound up being the second semifinals tag team tournament match between Samoa Joe and Magnus versus Eric Young and ODB, which shocked me that Eric Young and ODB made it this far, because I haven't been following Impact much. I'm going to start following it more. And it ended when Samoa Joe hit Eric Young with the Muscle Buster after he threw ODB into the ropes, and Eric Young got crotched on him. So you're going to see the team of Samoa Joe and Magnus take on Kazarian and AJ Styles next week. And I'm going to give my prediction on that. I want to see AJ Styles and Kazarian win. I'm number one contenders for the tag team titles. And then after that, they had Kurt Angle versus RVD and Mickie James versus Gail Kim. And then it wound up seeing Kurt Angle versus RVD, which was a nice back and forth match between those two, even though I don't think RVD can wrestle that well anymore. Since he's trying to rely on the old style and he's too old to be attempting some of those moves. That's right, I said it. And then it ended when Storm interfered and hit Kurt Angle with a super kick while Kurt Angle had the ankle locked on RVD. And the ref threw out the match. And then they brawled in the ring. And then we went to a commercial break. And then we saw Mickie James face off against Gail Kim with the Knockouts title on the line, which was such a good match. You just gotta give these women credit in TNA for being willing to brawl outside the ring, and actually are the better wrestlers than what you see in WWE right now for wrestlers. There aren't any good wrestlers, at least women's wrestlers in WWE right now, and that's just my honest opinion on that. Impact's got it all right now, the better women's division. And then the match ended though when Gail Kim won after a masked superstar attacked Mickie James in the middle of the ring and knocked her out because the ref got knocked out. And then after the match ended, it was revealed that it was Madison Rayne with the face paint. It looked like her, so I think it is. So my overall opinion on this Impact Wrestling, I actually enjoyed it this week. It's been better than usual. As long as I don't see Hulk Hogan much on TV, I'm fine with that. I'm going to plug my channel real quick. Just subscribe to the channel below, which is Steve's Thoughts. That's my main channel to see other videos I do. I talk about wrestling sometimes. I start talking about it more. From now on in this channel, you might see a video on me from either on Saturday or Sunday where I review random wrestling DVD in my collection. I got a pretty big collection over there. A bookcase full of DVDs. And I think I can show them to you. As you can see, there are my wrestling DVDs. Got some TNA up there and some WWE right there. And all my independent stuff. So guys, thank you for watching.